Hey everyone! Since this week we are reading Mr. Tannen's Tie Trouble, which is a story about a principal, I thought this would be a good time to go back and review your Padlet that you made 2 weeks ago. Um, and you all asked questions about our school, Clear Creek. And Mr. Tebo, our principal, was kind enough to go through and give some responses and answers to your questions that you had. So let's go through this together. I'll read it and we will learn a little bit more about Clear Creek together. So it was my Clear Creek questions Padlet. Lucia said, "Can we bring pets to school?" Mrs. Colda actually answered this question. I put, "Unfortunately, we are not able to bring pets to school. We sure do love to see pictures of your pets or meet them during a Google Meet when it is sharing time." Brooke asked, What was our school named after? Do you know?" Mr. Tebow said, "We have orcas in the Puget Sound, which is the water that we live near, and they are cool creatures. So because we have orcas that are in the waters near us, they decided to name our school Clear Creek Orcas." Ethan said, "Why did you not paint the new orca?" So if you've been to Clear Creek, you've seen that we have an orca in front of our school, and it is wood colored, and this was Mr. Tebow's answer. The orca was carved by a talented person. The wood is not meant to be painted. It is meant to be redwood colored. So that's made out of redwood, and it's kind of a special type of wood. So they left it just like that. Monroe asked, "Why don't we wear uniforms?" Good question. Mr. Tebow said, "I have worked at schools with uniforms before. Some schools like this. In our district, no schools wear uniforms." So none of that. We have a lot of different elementary schools and middle schools and high schools in Central Kitsap School District, and none of them choose to wear uniforms. So it's kind of the school district choice. Why is our school called Clear Creek? Mr. Tebow said, "Our school has a small river near it called Clear Creek." And when you guys are at school, maybe the teachers can kind of point out the direction of the creek. It's really close to where our building is, actually. It's just hidden in the woods. Let's see, another question. Cody said, "When will second graders go back into the building for school?" At that time, Mr. Tebow said, "We are having talks about this right now as principals. Hopefully it will be soon." Well, now we know the answer to that question. Second graders will be going back February 1st. So not today, which is Monday. It will be 1 week from today. Yay! All right, so Cody, there you got a more specific answer even. Addison said, "What does the school look like inside?" So that tells me Addison might be new to our school district. So you'll get a chance to see it very soon. Mr. Tebow shared a video with you. So I'm going to put this Padlet on the same slide. So you can click on the Padlet, Addison, and then come down here to your question and click on Mr. Tebow's video. Let's see. Faith asked, "How did the people build the new orca?" And again, Mr. Tebow said the orca was carved by a talented person out of redwood. Vicente asked, "When second grade goes back to school and we walk in the gate, will we always have the same adults helping us?" And guess what? Mr. Tebow said, "Each day the same adults will be working during various shifts." So if you're coming through the gate, there will be grown-ups up along the stairs there pointing the right direction that you need to be walking to get to class. If you're coming on a bus, there'll be grown-ups stationed there. And if you're coming by a car, there will be grown-ups out there. And you'll see, for the most part, you'll see the same familiar faces every day to welcome you and greet you to school. Let's see. Belle said, "How did the people build the playground?" Mr. Tebow said, "This summer in July, the Navy sent 15 sailors to help us build the playground." So we had help from the Navy. That's pretty awesome. That's kind of the neat thing about Clear Creek. We're right there where there's some wonderful workers to help us. Harper asked, "Why is the orca the school mascot?" Mr. Tebow says, "We have orcas in the Puget Sound. They are cool creatures." Dominic said, "When was Clear Creek built?" And Mr. Tebow said, "In 1978. That was 2 years before Mrs. Coldo was even born. So I wasn't even born when they built our school. Look at the picture over on the side. Our school is 42 years old. So Mr. Young was kind enough to find this picture, and this is a picture of Clear Creek being built. So thank you, Mr. Young, for sharing that awesome picture of our school. And Sadie said, how did our school get its name? Our school has a small river near it called Clear Creek. So I was really impressed. You guys asked some awesome questions. Mrs. Colda learned some new stuff about our school. There are some things I didn't even know, and I had never seen this picture before, which is pretty awesome. So thank you for asking questions. Thank you for participating. This was really wonderful. You guys had some great questions. So thank you for getting on Padlet and adding your questions. And thank you, Mr. Tebo, our wonderful principal, for adding all this information. And thank you, Mr. Young, for sharing a picture. It's always nice to have a visual to go along with the answers. All right. You guys have a good afternoon, and Mrs. Colda will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.